Good afternoon, students. Previously, we saw production or manufacturing of beer in our chapter Sugar and Fermentation Industries. Today, we are starting a new unit, Pulp and Paper Industries, in which today we will be seeing manufacturing of or production of pulp. Pulp is the main raw material which is then further used for manufacturing paper. So we will today see the process flow diagram of manufacturing of pulp and different methods for its production. So Indian paper industry is more than 100 years old. India was also the first country to use bamboo as the basic raw material for paper making. Broadly, if we want to classify the Indian paper industry, it can be classified into 6 groups. First one is the large integrated paper and paperboard units based primarily on the conventional raw materials like wood and bamboo for their pulp. So these industries use the conventional raw materials. They take the fibers or cellulose, wood cellulose, use wood cellulose as their main raw materials. Second is small paper units based either exclusively on non-conventional materials or in combination with imported pulp. So these are small scale industries which use non-conventional raw materials such as bagasse, wheat, rye and rice straws. Third is small paper units based on waste paper. So these are recycling units. Basically, they use the waste paper and recycle it and make new paper. Paper unit. Fourth is the paper unit set up as a part of large integrated sugar complexes for exploiting the waste products like bagasse. So these type of industries are the secondary industries of for sugar industries. So if a sugar industry is producing a lot of bagasse, so they set up a secondary plant for making use of that bagasse and produce manufacture paper out of that. Fifth is large integrated newsprint manufacturing units. So these are print medias which need newspaper grade paper in large quantities on daily basis. Next, sixth last category is about 400 hand paper producing units using cotton rags, jute waste, cotton linters, etc. So these things they use this type of products as their raw materials which fall into renewable type category. Cellulose based raw materials for making pulp. Now when we say pulp, it is pulp making is nothing but separating the fibers from the wood cellulose. So what should be the requirements for, or what grade of raw material we are looking for, what quality should be there. So the first and foremost is it should be available in abundance. Supply should not be limited. Available to pulp mills throughout the entire year, and it should not also be seasonal. It should be available always. Should not deteriorate in storage. Also, it should not ask for or require special storage conditions. High yield of quality fiber. High amount of fiber we should be able to separate from that cellulose material, be it bagasse or wood or rice straws or whatever we want to use. Capable of being collected and stored in a small area and transported if necessary at low cost. So storage, handling and transport should be cheap and easier. Cost of conversion of pulp to paper must be low. Quality of paper should be maintained and must not have a higher priority use. So mainly in our market, that is Indian market, these are the raw materials that are being used for pulp paper manufacturing. So first pulp is manufactured and resultant product is paper from this raw materials. Here is a list of 6 such materials. Next we can see the table of consumption pattern of paper in our country. This is ranging from the year 1990 and this was the forecasted data up till the year 2015. As we can see, in year 1990 the demand was 24.58 lakh tons. These all digits are in lakh tons. But out of that, the total production of our country was 18.29 lakh tons. So there was huge gap, and the gap has been consistently increasing with passage of time. Because in 2015 we can see the demand was 79.81 lakh tons, and total production against that demand was only 33.25. So this was the Indian scenario and the introduction to Indian paper and pulp industry. Now moving to our today's product, the process flow diagram that we are going to see is manufacturing of pulp. It is a commercial cellulose derived from bamboo, bagasse or wood, whatever cellulose raw material we are wishing to use. Now there are two types of methods for production of pulp. First is mechanical method and another is chemical method. Further, in chemical method it is again subclassified as semi-chemical and 100% chemical methods. So here the groundwood method is the mechanical one, 2.1, and the other two, chemical and semi-chemical, are the chemical and semi-chemical methods respectively. So the groundwood method, which is mechanical method, in this wood is mechanical shredded, and it is first of all it is shredded coarsely, and it is from that fibers are separated. The suitable fibers which fulfill all the requirements for pulp making are separated and are categorized as per their according to the need. So some type of fibers are good for newsprinting paper, some are suitable for tissues, and other for writing paper, that is for books. Now the process flow diagram that we are going to see is the chemical method of pulp production from cellulose. The cellulose we will be using is from wood, or the fibers we will be separating from wood by using wood as our raw material. So this process needs processing, or even after pulp is manufactured, some processing are to be done, such as bleaching, in order to make it consumable. And typically this process gives around 40 to 65% yield as compared to the mechanical processes. This chemical method for manufacturing of pulp, from pulp, manufacturing pulp from wood is known as sulfate pulp process, also known as Kraft process. The quantitative requirements of this plant are bamboo or wood, lime for makeup and salt cake, and sulfur. So typical capacity of this plant is around, and it can range from 100 to 700 tons per day. These are the chemical reactions taking place, and now we will see the manufacturing or the process description of this process with reference to this flow diagram. So this process starts when from the use of log of foods. Now this log of foods have a layer of bark over them, So these logs are debarked and then they are chipped, means cut into small chips like shape, and are entered or fed into the chip bin. Here, from here this thing starts. Here the chips are being entered or being fed into the chip bin. In this chip bin, large rotary knives, like these are rotary discs here, with heavy knives around them, and they convert the wood into 2 to 5 centimeter flat chips. So after wood is converted into 2 to 5 centimeter chips, it is then passed through a deaerator or preheater, not or, a combination of deaerator and preheater is seen here. So after some minutes, the chips are discharged into this recirculating liquor and then entered into or fed into this tower. Here the wood chips now flow down the screens, circumferential screen as seen here. These are the screens, this and these are the circumferential screen plates. So wood falls on these plates and liquor is withdrawn as a side stream from the bottom and circulated through external heat exchanger to reheat and control the temperature inside the tower. The digestion time and temperature is adjusted in a way that maximum fiber removal is possible or accomplished, and with minimum cellulose hydrolysis and with minimum loss of raw material. Now these chips from the tower are then cooled, and from the bottom of the tower it is injected into the strainer as here. Now from this strainer, black liquor as a side stream is also removed from the system, and the pulp liquor slurries pass through the valve and enters the it passed through the blow down valve and enters the blow tank. You can see a valve is placed just after the strainer, and it is taking this pulp liquor into the blow tank from here. This is the blow down valve, and then it is entering the blow tank. After that blow tank, the pulp is filtered and it is passed through a number of screens for filtering, and the heat recovered from the blow tank, this stream mixes with the preheater again. So this heat is then used in our deaerator preheater combination here. Now the pulp is filtered through the screens, a number of layer of screens, this screens, to remove the knots and make smoother finished product. The brown now the pulp that we will be obtaining from here after the screens and centrifuge is the brown colored pulp. So in order to make it usable or consumable directly, we need to bleach it to decolorize this brown color. Some packing papers may directly use this brown pulp also for paper manufacturing. So in those cases, bleaching is not the necessary step. In that case, directly this pulp will be sent to the paper mill. So this was the process description which we saw. Next is bleaching, where brown pulp is not required. So pulp for packaging material can generally be used without bleaching. As we said, brown pulp can directly be used. For other purposes, it needs to be bleached. In mechanical pulping, most common agents used for bleaching are sodium or hydrogen peroxide and sodium hydrosulfide. Can be used, or can be these both can be used together as well. Whereas in chemical pulping, chlorine is the most common bleaching agent which is used. Also, sodium or calcium hypochlorite can be used. Oxygen pre-bleaching becomes more important in order to reduce the chlorine use, because chlorine being a hazardous or toxic chemical. Further, we have mechanical major engineering problems in the pulp production. The first thing of interest is the choice of process. We need to be very careful while selecting what kind of method we need to use for pulp production. Selection of chemical and semi-chemical methods comes with a number of disadvantages. Also, its byproducts or the residual products needs proper handling and disposal. Next is use of soda process. Soda process is used because of its low cost, but the grade of pulp, that is the quality of pulp, is highly affected. Next is pollution and waste disposal. This is applicable for chemical and semi-chemical process because of using hard bleaching agents. Byproduct utilization. Also, there is no proper use available for the byproduct or the black liquor that we are getting as a residue from pulp industries. So these are the problems which as a manufacturer are needed to overcome. So this was about introduction about Indian pulp and paper industry, and then a detailed process flow diagram for production of pulp and its major engineering problems. Next, we will be seeing the continuation of this topic, that is using this wood pulp in paper manufacturing.